include the standard input-output function like printf and scanf, include stdio.h, include stdio.h, and include string library, include string.h. After define microprocessor constant neighbor max with 100, define max 100 using the new type, using type def for a structure, type def struct, declare an integer member variable role to store student roll number like int roll. Next, declare the character array name of size 50 to store student name like character name of 50, and declare the float member variable marks to store student marks float marks. Complete the structure definition and names the new type student. Declare a global array s of type student with the size max of 100. Student of max. Declare and initialize a global integer variable n is 0, int n is equal to 0. Define function swap that takes two pointer student structures like void I swap of student pointer a comma student pointer b. Create a temporary student variable temp and assign the value pointed by a. Student temp is equal to pointer of a and copies the value pointed by b to the pointed by a, like pointer a is equal to pointer b, and copy the temporary value to the location pointed to by b. Point b is equal to temp in the swap function. Define the function display with no parameters and no return value like void display. Check if there are no records n equivalent to 0. Print the message and return the function like if n equivalent to 0, print no records to display. Request to display and return. Print the format table header with types of /t for alignment. Printf /n data type of row /t name /t marks /n short the for loop to iterate from 0 to n using for loop for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. For each student, print roll number, name, and marks to create /t. Printf %d /t percentage %s /t percentage dot 2f /n comma s of I dot comma s of I dot name comma s of I dot marks. Next ends the display function and define function as student with no parameters and no return value, like using void add student check if array is full count equal to max and print message and return immediately if n is greater than equal to max. Printf record full and return. User for roll number and reads it into s of n dot row. Printf of enter row read the function scanf %d comma unperson s of n dot row and promote for name and read it into s of n dot name. Printf enter name read the function scan scanf of percentage f percentage is come and percent is of n is of not name dot name next printf of enter their marks read the function scanf percentage f comma and percent s of n at marks and increment the student count en and enter add function and define the function delete student with no parameters and no return value using void delete student student check if array is empty print message and return if true if n is equivalent to 0 and printf of no records to delete and return the function and declare the variable role and user per roll number to delete in row and printf of enter row to delete and read the function scanf percentage d comma and percent row and declare the loop variable I for searching in time using the for loop linear search through array to find student for I is equal to 0 I less than n I plus if s of I dot row is double equal to row return break the break if I equals n it means such reach end without finding the student if I double equal to n printf not found return the function and Shift the all elements from position I plus 1 to n using for loop for int I is equal to 0, I less than n minus 1 and I plus plus s of I equal to s of I plus 1 and decrement student count n and print success message n minus print detail and n the delete student function. Next, define function update student with no parameter, no return value. Void update student check if array is empty. If n is double equal to n is equivalent to 0, printf of no recurse to delete no recurse to update, no recurse to update and return the function and get roll number to student to update in printf of enter roll to update and read the function scanf percentage d and percent roll and start linear search to array means using for loop for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Check if current student has matching roll number. If s of I dot roll is equivalent to roll. Next, promote for the add read new name override old name printf of new name and read the functions scan percentage yes comma s of I dot name and read the new marks and over the old marks printf of new marks read the function scanf of percentage f comma and percent s of I dot marks and print success message and return immediately printf of updated and return function the return function and ends if block and ends the loop ends the loop and execute only if true is not found for loop printf of not found and ends the update student function close the close the update student. Next, define function linear search with no parameters and no return value. Why linear search? Why linear search? Check if array is empty, print message and return if true. If n is equivalent 0, print to search. Then return. Requesting government to boycott OTT. Declare the variable roll and user from roll number to search. Intro and printf enter the roll to search. Search and read the functions scanf percentage d comma and percent roll and start linear search through all elements of the array using for loop for int I is equal to 0 I less than n and I plus I plus and check if current student roll number matches search key using if s of I dot double equal to మొన్న ల్యాప్టాప్ లో ఈడు నీది వాడి ఇద్దరిది కొట్టి నా దాన్ని సేవ్ చేసి పెట్టారు and print found student details with format of output printf of found percentage d and percentage s and percentage dot 2f slash n comma s of I dot roll comma s of I dot name comma s of I dot marks and return and end the if block and execute only student not from entire array printf of not found slash n and close the linear search function. Define the function bubble chart with no parameters and no return value. Think why it bubble chart why bubble chart outer loop control number of passes to the array 0 to n minus 1 using for loop for int I is equal to 0 I less than n minus 1 and I plus plus I plus plus. Also inner loop compare adjacent element in each pass using for loop for in j is equal to 0 j is less than n minus I minus 1 and j plus plus j plus plus. Compare the current elements with the next element if s of j dot row is less than s of j plus 1 dot row. Swap the and s of j comma unpercent s of j plus 1 and end the bubble chart function and define function binary search with no parameters and no return value using y binary search check if array is empty using if loop if n is equivalent to 0 printf no record search and return and the function close the loop and call the bubble chart to ensure the array is sorted before binary search. Bubble chart and get roll number to search for intro printf of enter roll and initialize search range L and H in L is equal to 0 H is equal to n minus 1 is equal to 0 H is equal to n minus 1 and continuous search while search range is valid while L is less than H. Calculate the middle index of current search range in m is equal to L plus H slash 2. Next, print the found student details. Printf. Print. Check if middle element matches the search key. If s of m dot roll is equivalent to row, then print found student details. Printf found percentage d percentage s percentage dot uf slash n comma s of m dot row comma s of m dot name comma s of m dot then return in the if block and adjust such range based on the comparison if s of m dot row is greater than roll, then L is equal to m plus 1 else h is equal to m minus 1. In the loop while loop and execute if such complete without finding the element. Printf not found and end the binary search function. Next, define the function selection sort using void selection sort outer loop control the number of passes using for loop for in I is equal to 0, I less than n minus n minus 1 and I plus plus. Assume current index I has the minimum element in minimum equal to I and the inner loop such as the unsorted portion for actual minimum for in j is equal to I plus 1, j is less than n and j plus plus update minimum if a smaller element is found if s of j dot row is less than of s of minim dot row minimum element equals j. Swap current element with the found minimum element. Swap of ampersand s of I comma ampersand s of minimum end the outer for loop and print the completion message printf sorted by row slash n and ends the selection sort function and define the function insertion sort void insertion sort void insertion sort and outer loop start from second index for int I is equal to 1 I less than n and I plus plus and key stores current element to be inserted student key is equal to s of I and int j is equal to I minus 1 next one continue while elements in shorted portion are greater than key using while loop while j is greater than equal to 0 0 and ampersand of s of j dot row is then key dot row next shift element try to make space for insertion s of j plus 1 equal to s of j and decrement j when j ends while loop and insert the key element at current position s of j plus 1 equal to key and ends outer for loop and print the completion message using printf of sorted by row ends the insertion sort next main function int main declare the variable ch to store user menu int ch start the do while loop to execute the at least once and to print the program title with a new line for the spacing printf of slash n student record management and print the first set of menu options printf of 1 add student slash n 2 delete student slash n third one is update the student and fourth one is display and print a search option printf of fifth is linear search slash 6 binary search slash and print starting option and exit option. Printf of 7 bubble shot. Next is selection shot dot selection shot and insert selection shot insertion shot version exit and promote for the read user menu choice. Printf of enter choice read the input scanf of percentage d comma m% of ch and start switch statement based on the user choice. Switch ch case 1 call add student case 1 add student and then break case 2 case 2 is delete student and break. Next one case 3 update student update student break and case 4 dis- display break. Next case 5 call case 5 call the linear search linear search break. Case 6 call the binary search break and case 7 call the bubble shot and print message. Bubble shot and print the message printf of sorted by role and break and case 8 call the selection shot case 8 call the selection shot and break the next case 9 call the insertion shot call the, call the insertion shot break Next, case 0, print exist message. Case 0, print exit, exiting slash break, and that default case handle the invalid menu choice. Default printf invalid invalid, and close the switch statement and continue the loop while while ch is not equal to 0, return 0 and end the main function and the entire function. The output without run. Here the output, enter the choice 1 and the roll number is 24, name is Jagan and marks is 95. Also enter the choice 1, roll number is 30, name is Mohit and the marks is 97. That the display option is 4. Display the roll number, name and marks. This is the project.